Hey YouTube, happy Father's Day. Just finishing up an old Peterson. It had early morning, Daniel early morning in it. I thought, why not? Although I really think early morning is I do think they should switch. Early morning is a little bit higher or less nicotine than what I like. And I just finished it up, so I'm gonna have to either load up a new pipe or pick up another pipe I've been in use with. Oh, pipe tools, pipe tools. I need a phone that has like a pipe tool attached to it. Because usually I don't need a pipe tool. I'm somewhere else, walking around all the time. Only time I sit down is when I'm YouTubing, pretty much. Well, you guys know I was in the process of moving. That was, like I say, isn't that a beauty? Beauty, beauty, beauty. Of course, I have one like it that has the gold band too, and I like it too. So I got too many Petersons. And then I've been using this calabash of Brandon Daniels. And I've been smoking this '08 Maduro in it. It had to go because it was beginning to pit a little bit, and I knew it was past date anyway. Any Maduro just gets a little bit. Some can go a little wonky after about 10 years, so I got lucky on that one, and it just had that deeper, richer flavor from the cellaring. And the tin wasn't bad, but that's what I was smoking in his, mainly because with that calabash bowl, you get enough air in there to kind of tone down the strongness or the smokiness or whatever you want to call it of that. But, and this is, I don't know what it is, you guys, and you always wanted to know, this is Berlin. I don't know, it's got a lot of markings on it. I don't know if you guys can see them. I just a nice billard, isn't it? Just a nice bowl, a little big, but not, I don't want anything I can put my thumb into, so and it's got a wonderful cake in there. I know you guys don't understand or know, not everybody likes cake. They take and clean out their pipes all the time, but this one's got just a beautiful amount of cake in there, too. I'm just going to load it with 965, and you know me, I have my own method, the baby bear. The mama bear. And the papa bear. And this is very, 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 very dry, 965. But when I'm just going for the nicotine, it needs to be dry, because, and that's what it is. I'm starting my day, so I'll use a drier tobacco in general than I do in the middle of the day. And then by the evenings, I like a nice, moist, slow-burning tobacco. So although people talk about different... See, pipe smoking is so much more intricate than people realize. A lot of people just think you put tobacco in a pipe and you go. But, for me, over the years, I find that for me, a drier tobacco, a little bit moister tobacco, and then a moist tobacco works because during the daytime, when I first get up, I'm going, and I want that nicotine, I want that caffeine, I want the vodka. I want all of that stuff just working for me all day. And so I start with a big jolt of nicotine, and then, see, I'm a nicotine queen. Whew. And then I, taper it down. And then by the evenings, I usually slow down to just... 10, 12 pipes an hour? No. Someone once asked me how many pipes, bowls of tobacco I smoke a day. And when I said I think about 12, they called me a liar. And then after they got to know me, they told me I was underestimating the amount of tobacco I use. And it might be, because I do smoke a lot. So, happy Father's Day. It's been an odd week this week. I'm, I don't want to say babysitting a 19-year-old, but it turns out that's kind of the way it is, but that's all right. everybody's got to grow up. And when I start thinking about some of the stupid things I did at 19, I was the same way. I thought I was the smartest person in the world. And every new little thought I had was my original thought, and I was the only one in the world to ever think about it. I've heard 6 or 7 times now about how good chocolate milk is in coffee. And it's like he created. Have you ever tried chocolate milk and coffee and everything? And I just have to laugh. And I don't want to insult him and say, hey, that's a mocha, man. But I really do. I need to say something to him so he doesn't keep saying publicly these things that are just going to show how innocent and experienced. It is really cute, though. Oh, and so an update on Danny Shore. And I haven't been giving everybody updates because there's really not much to say. His sister actually said it best that Danny is sundowning. And that is a very good expression for what's actually going on. His last MRI showed that he'd had a stroke, and that, but basically the tumors and everything are the same. They haven't enlarged, they haven't decreased, they're still impairing his functions and stuff, but they backed off the steroids and gave him some water pills. And I don't know if you'd seen Danny lately, but he needed to get rid of some of that water just to keep your body functioning. You can't have too much on your heart and stuff. And they are down to chemo once a month, and it's I say it's kind of. I'm glad he's in California and I'm in Kansas. It's hard enough to know what's happening without being there. So I'm thankful for that. Well, this is a whiny video, isn't it? Oh, and I could go on and on. Oh my God, this has been like the worst move in the world. I don't know, if some of you follow me on Instagram or not, but the place that we're renting, it just flooded in the basement, and we had a lot of rain, And so, the leasing company is trying to do what they can, but, their hands are tied. What do you do when there's more rain in 1 year, in 1 month, in 1 day than you get, for a year? So, so I became a mold eradicator, and it was a big job, and I'm really proud of accomplishing what I accomplished, because I think I got a handle on it. Really. But I was in I looked like a big banana. And then the next time I looked like a big Cookie Monster, because I was all blue. So it was, first suit was a hazmat suit, was yellow. And like I say, I looked like a big banana with the masks and everything and goggles and stuff, because I wasn't going to go down there without that. And then the second time I went down in blue, and like I say, oh, maybe a Smurf. I look like a big Smurf. That would be it. And but like I say, I think it's doing good. Well, that's about all there is. Like I say, I don't have no news about. Oh, and on Instagram, it's different. And so Steph, the pipe and artist, she went to, and she's on YouTube too, she went down to Texas and met up with Yorkshire Posse and his posse and had a really nice time. I think Rob was there, and Birdie was there, CW was there, and I say it was just, what a good time. Let's see, like I say, I just don't have much to say. Although, this morning, because it's, I've got this time to do this and stuff, I been talking to people. And that's kind of what I do, you know. I talk to people and then I slow down. And someone paid me the nicest compliment. One person, which was a compliment in a way too, said I was writing, he could hear my little dings, so he knew I was writing a novel. And that's really kind of, I write the way I talk, you know. And another friend of mine said that, another Piper friend said that my conversations are like my boxes that I send out. You know, you open up the box and it just explodes, and you just get more information, and it just doesn't stop for a while. And then when you try to put it all back in, you can't get it back into the same box. And they said my conversations are the same way as my box, just full of surprises, and it seems never ending. And then you just got a bunch of information that you're like, how did she get all that into that, you know, novel? So it was kind of I thought that was kind of nice that they said that my conversations are like my boxes, and they just kind of explode in a good way, in a good way. Someone also said that you gotta use a stick of dynamite to get my boxes open because I taped them so much. Gosh, you know, I've missed YouTube. It had gotten to the point where pretty much all I was doing was trying to help a guy fulfill his bucket list, you know, and get rid of his pipes and use the money for what he wanted it to use it for, instead of waiting for someone to not care about his pipes. I inhaled. I've been vaping a little bit too, so ooh, that was a rookie mistake. I don't do it very often. I get to talking, you know, and you just get to talking and puffing, and pretty soon you don't realize that you're talking, you're inhaling that smoke. And you know what? On YouTube, you used to be able to cut all that stuff out. Now you can't even cut that stuff out. That's really too bad, because it was like YouTube changed. Their whole editing system changed. Now I guess you got to buy it, and I'm just too cheap. You guys, I love you, but you're just not worth me paying money for to make my videos different. What you see is what you get. Gosh, just went on and really had nothing of interest. So, happy, joy. You know I'm watching you. I'm always watching.